Okay, everybody. So our show is going to start in a few minutes. Just want you guys to let you guys know, stay safe. Everybody hopefully is staying home, unless you're gonna go. If you go outside, like I will be in a few minutes, to to what's the word? Gosh, losing my train of thought here. To ride my bike. Just got a bike recently, actually 2 days ago. So I am definitely going to be enjoying some wonderful nature time. Hopefully everybody is doing some social distancing, I should say, social distancing. And yeah, I mean, I don't know. Don't freak out too much, right? I think. I'm gonna go with that. Um, yeah, I mean, let's talk. All right. Sorry, just putting up. Gosh. Let's hear it. And everything is so slow on this computer when I am. Gosh. Just reaching out to the studio. Let's see what they. Studio is shut down, by the way. This is why, as they rightfully should. So, yeah, and definitely a good idea, right? I would say so. All right. So, as everyone probably knows by now, um, this whole world is going in massive chaos. Frankly, this is something which have been anticipated for a while now. Don't worry, I'm still gonna open up with a spiel and all that. Although the production quality, as noted, is well, my home webcam quality. Maybe we'll get it edited, in a few days. So, give me 1 second. Sharing on the page. Episode 62. Wow, I've been doing this for a while. On the coronavirus and how the space industry is doing. I can tell you a bit about personally. So Houston Space Houston, blah blah blah, all that good stuff. Space Radio, Houston Radio. Let's do it. Come on, post. Post. Yeah. Okay. Strange, I suppose. Alright, apologies for the slight delay while I get things situated. Oh my god. Alright, don't worry. That's nothing serious. Man, it's not. It's my throat. Although nowadays everybody's freaking out, right? So Yeah, don't freak out, guys. Facebook.com, The Shin Show. Shin. I'm still doing my radio today, although at home. So if you click on that, copy text, boom, paste. It's playing 2 places. Okay. I think we're good. Joy Jackson. Okay. Joy Jackson, one of the studio producers or whatnot. Okay. I think just 2 more people and we are good. You know, normally I complain about the traffic, but today it's more like, I want to call it poor planning. So, all right, whatever. How many people are going to tune in, right? So I don't want to make this like a normal news report because you guys are probably inundated with that if you pay attention. I've been kind of obsessively watching the news, but hey, you know, that's me sometimes. So as you know, NASA has halted pretty much uh, all non-essential people at their sites, probably for a good reason. And now, frankly, probably a good idea. Um, I think more and more aerospace companies are following suit, and essentially where we are, a bunch of them are encouraging people to work at home. Before I go on, let's start with a normal spiel. You're listening to or watching SG2 on Space, episode number 62. Wow, it's been a while. You can follow me, please do, facebook.com/The Shin Show. Follow Action One Media, go to weareA1.com. Although I'm not in their studio, they're still the ones, who put up a lot of work in producing it, right? And no doubt they will help me with this one. So we've got no guests today since, with the current state and all, and I'm not really set up for that yet. Although I could do Zoom, I suppose, in the future. I think I'll figure this out. All right, guys, don't worry about it. And support me, patreon.com/SG2 on Space, as always. All that jazz. The great stuff. $5 a month, $10 a month, $30 a month. So, some cool schniz and all that. All right. So, let's see here. Now, what is changing? Well, some of the delays. Now, what was interesting? Oh, let's talk about a few more. NASA suspends work on the SLS, Mega Rocket, and Orion capsule due to the coronavirus outbreak because nobody's going to work there. So, when's the production going to start and testing? No idea. That's definitely putting a dent in getting humans back to the moon and beyond our low Earth orbit. So, temporary suspicion took place on Friday, March 20th. And COVID-19, that's a disease. So NASA has elevated the Michoud Assembly Facility in Louisiana and Stennis Space Center in Mississippi to stage 4 due to concerns about the pandemic. All right. There's no confirmed cases at Mitchell, but the facility is moving to that because it's everywhere. All right. So as a backdrop, as a background, SLS's Space Launch System, its main gigantic core stage, is built in Mitchell and tested at Stennis. Okay. So, anyways, so Artemis 1 was targeted for mid-2021. Let's just see if that actually happens. Due to all this, making 2024 deadline to get us back to the moon, NASA said it's going to be really tough, all right? So, they say we're up to the challenge. Can we do it? Gosh, hopefully, yeah, hopefully. So, now, some things haven't changed, let's just say. Actually, there's a few other things, all right, that I am going to say has changed. Event Horizon Telescope, which sounds like a badass name, it is, announced on March 17th that its 2020 campaign would be canceled due to closures of individual telescopes within the network. And those telescopes was going to be used to detect black holes. So that sucks. That's affecting space science. And just to let you guys know, coronavirus did not come from space. I don't know who thinks that, but hey, there's conspiracy theories about China developed it as a bioweapon, or America developed it as a bioweapon, say about China, but no. Yeah, that's not what happened. All right. Now, could there be a virus coming from like space? Yes. Panspermia, right? So life on Earth could have originated with help from microorganisms and biological material from outer space impacting Earth. All right. So theoretically, it could happen. Biological materials, we've bacteria and viruses, I suppose, could survive in space. I mean, they're very, very hardy. Now, does the coronavirus come from? No, it's comes from probably bats. All right. During this time, there's a lot of people that are just going to be stuck at home, and for some people that have kids, that presents. So, you might want to check out something known as Space Racers. There's an animated TV series. It has shared educational content for students during the school break amidst the coronavirus outbreak. So, what is Space Racers? It's a NASA-funded, award-winning preschool television series that follows young spaceship cadets at Stardust Space Academy as they explore the solar system. All right, so it's kind of cool, and might be a good way to entertain your kids and keep up with the space stuff. I'm not keep up, encourage, inspire, your preschoolers and whatnot. So, and of course, NASA has a bunch of free space projects for kids as well as and adults. Don't forget the adults, who's stuck at home. I shouldn't say stuck at home. Actually, that's a good phrase. Stuck at home. There you go. Now, a bunch of launches are postponed, unfortunately. European Spaceport, more stuff that's postponed, right? European Spaceport has, in South America, suspends launches due to coronavirus. Basically, if you got people around needing to do something, it's kind of hard to get that going, right? So, now, NASA's Mars rover, Perseverance, however, is still on track for the July launch, despite the coronavirus outbreak, all right? So, this rover is about car size. It's a centerpiece of the Mars 2020 mission. And there's a 3-week window, all right, that opens on July 17th. That means from July 17th until what? August 7th or something. So these windows arrive just once for every 26 months due to the orbital trajectory. You want to minimize it and all that is aligned properly. So the stakes are pretty high, okay? If you can't get it this time, you got to wait 26 months? That's more than 2 years, right? So, what's going to happen? Frankly, who knows? Hopefully they get it. I mean, July 17th is coming up. So now, if the coronavirus situation escalates to the point that workers' health and safety are at risk, then, I mean, technically they're already at risk, but hey, if it gets to even more extreme point, then guess what? It is going to be stopped. All right? So, something to note, guys. All right, yeah, for people following that. Now, if it does launch on schedule, it will land February 2021 inside Mars's 28-mile wide, or for those who use kilometers, 45 kilometers, Jezero crater, Jezero, which has an ancient lake and a river delta. No doubt why we're going there, all right? So I'm going to search for evidence, as always, of long dead Mars life, all right? Snag some samples. So what is cool is, though, that these samples, and this will be the first time ever, is going to bring these pieces, these sample pieces, back to Earth, which could happen as early as 2031, which to us humans seem like forever, right? I mean, 11 years, but for these missions is actually, use the word early, okay? Now we're going to examine the samples in great detail, which you cannot do with just the instruments in a lander or rover, all right? A rover. You actually need sophisticated instruments and then you can actually more conclusively determine whether there's life in the past, or even more crazy, in the present, all right? So the rover carries a ground-penetrating radar instrument, so it's going to hunt for deposits of near-surface water ice. And it's also going to have a technology demo that sees if we can generate oxygen from Mars's carbon dioxide, mostly carbon dioxide atmosphere, all right? Another cool thing, it's going to carry a small helicopter that shows how rotorcraft can explore Martian air. That'd be the first time this has happened, like an aerial vehicle on Mars, all right? So that's kind of cool. This summer, there's another mission. European and Russian teamed up to do an ExoMars project, which is similar. It's a lander that's going to go to Mars. All right. Actually, but that was the original plan. However, there were delays because there were some other issues that couldn't be fixed, including the parachute. So it's going to be delayed until late 2022. So, but in the meantime, hey, assuming the Mars 2020 lands on time, we shall see, right? That'd be cool. Perseverance, which is what we really need right now. All right. So, in any case, that's something. Now, what is one good thing about the coronavirus outbreak is satellites have tracked that pollution over China, Italy, and probably soon going to be other industrialized countries have cleared up. So the air is cleaner. Good job for humans just staying indoors and industry shutting down. All right. So satellites have observed lowered air pollution, all right, over Italy and lowered nitrogen dioxide emissions over China. So, in December 2019, right, in China, Hubei province, factories closed, people were quarantined, everybody had to stay indoors. If not, you were, forced to. So the tropospheric monitoring instrument on the Copernicus satellite, which is a collaboration between ESA, European Space Agency, European Commission, Netherlands Space Office, and blah, 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 has observed these atmospheric changes, which is really cool, all right? So the Copernicus atmospheric cams, they identified a significant drop in fine particulate matter, which is essentially a major part of air pollution. And researchers have found a 20-30% decrease in surface particulate matter over large areas of China. So, this is a rough estimate, though. They need to do more analysis. But point is, there's no doubt that there's been a large drop in air pollution, all right? This is what happens when human industry grinds to a halt, obviously. But it's still kind of cool to see that from a satellite picture. So, you guys can see, like, satellite pictures, air pollution decrease. I mean, that's that's kind of cool. Decrease in China's pollution related. Yeah. So you I don't know. That's one of those side effects, right? So kind of see it. All right. What's next? Well, who knows? Who knows what's next? Um, what about those astronauts up in space, right? I mean, what are they doing? Do they even have I mean, if one astronaut has it up there, they all have it. All right. So, um, I don't think they have it. I mean, they're very limited and all that jazz. All right. So, um, now astronauts, just like I guess submarine folks, right, are very aware of what social isolation means because they're stuck in one tiny place for month, if not a year. All right. So, I mean, you can follow the Twitter pages and like Jessica Meyer, MEIR. She's been in space for almost 6 months. Um, and all that, and all of them have a view of the Earth, right? So they can see that we're all in this together. So it's cool. I mean, just there's a lot. So, I mean, that's one thing. Um, Now, I keep saying, we can't just keep talking about the coronavirus, and how it's affecting everything. I mean, we got to talk about other things that are still happening, right? So I talked about the Mars mission. That's still likely to happen unless things get worse. Now, what has happened, OneWeb, which is supposed to provide global internet constellation. SpaceX is probably one of the most well-known companies doing it, but OneWeb is another giant company. Satellite, well, not as giant as SpaceX, but they got a lot of money, a lot of investors. So OneWeb has launched 34 more satellites today, as far as March 21st. So the satellites launched on Soyuz rocket from Baikonur Cosmodrome in Kazakhstan, which is the main launch facility for Russia. And if everything goes to plan, all 34 spacecrafts will be deployed into low Earth orbit in 3 hours and 45 minutes after liftoff, which lifted off about an hour or two ago. So we shall see real soon, all right? So this was the third launch for OneWeb, which put up 6 satellites in February 2019 and 34 more last month. Wow, they're really going ahead. So eventually, they're going to have a network of 650 satellites, which will provide internet service to people everywhere around the world. And the service will begin soon, all right? How soon? Well, even before they finish all this, the first customer demos are scheduled for the end of 2020. And then commercial services